Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Catch That, where we break down albums, eras, and artists and all topics of R&B music. I am Naturally Elise, and that's my brother,
JR.
and we are the R&B representatives. And today, we are welcoming back a familiar face, but it's somebody that's only done minis, and he decided to come on and do a whole album finally. And we're very glad he is here, and that is Easy
Yes, sir.
Money.
What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Hey.
Had to come redeem myself because ain't nothing mini about me. You do it big, you know what I mean? Had to get this shit right.
That's
I mean,
right.
got me in the mini section. I felt like Elise was friend zoning me, kinda. You know what I mean? Like just kind of like the equivalent. Shit was crazy, so I had to get up out there, knock it out the park real quick.
Right.
What's up, though, man? How y'all feeling, man?
Good, good.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we.
So,
I don't know if y'all noticed, but I got my Biggie Versace's on. Rest in peace, Big. We taking it to 97. You know what I mean?
oh yeah,
It was a sad year, but it was a good year in music.
yeah. And how about you tell folks a little bit about yourself, as much or as little as you like to share with our cousins?
So I'm Easy Money. I'm a just a regular motherfucker that I make a little music here and there. Elise and I have been dating for about what, like 4 months now
No,
on the low.
no.
I just love music like y'all, man. That's it, man. That's why I'm here. You heard?
Yes.
Yeah.
And JR, how
Yeah.
about you tell us what album that Easy picked to talk about
Mhm.
and why you think it's important that we talk about it?
All right, so y'all, today we will be discussing Joe's All That I Am. This album is I really feel like people don't really go in depth about it like that, even though they kind of know people think this is Joe's first album, which it's not. You know what I mean? But I think people don't really go in depth with this album, and I'm glad Easy picked this album so we can really go into each song and talk about it and what we liked about it, the times, you know what I'm saying, as far as production and all that kind of stuff and all that good stuff. But y'all know how we do it. We always start with Easy. How did you even get introduced to Joe?
Joe. That's a long time ago. Um, I think the first song that I heard from Joe was All or Nothing, I believe, from
Mm-hmm.
his real debut album, which
Yeah.
is for those which nobody knows about. I got that right here. It's called Everything. I know it's like,
Yes.
what I'm saying? So that was then. I honestly, though, I was familiar with the song, but I wasn't really familiar with the album till a little bit after.
Yeah. You know what, Easy? With that song, I knew the song, loved the song because it did get a little airplay, but I didn't know who it was.
Hmm.
But I knew I liked the song, and once he got to the second album, I realized that that was him, and I was like, oh, I was like, I still think about that song. So it stayed. His voice stayed in my head once this album came out.
No doubt.
Mm. Well, I got into him when I actually did hear I'm in Love, and that was the first single from the album, and that's when I heard him. But it was like you could tell the label was kind of going towards what that reggae was. So I guess that's what they wanted to throw as the first single for him. So during this time it was Shaka and what's the name? Shaka and
Shaka Demus and Pliers.
thank you very much. And Shabba Ranks and Patra and Super Cat, like this was on fire. So they threw Joe into that. And it was like, I was like, all right, cool. But when I heard the one for me, that is my joint. When I really started to pay attention to Joe. And I was like, obviously, when it start off with the horns, so y'all know it caught me right off the break.
Yeah.
And watch it. And then you just hear like Joe's backgrounds. Then I started listening to him more as an artist, right? But like y'all said, once I heard All or Nothing, I was like, okay, I got to get this record. Well, I couldn't buy it, but it ended up in our house. So I ended up listening to it, and I was like, yo, like it's all right. If loving you was wrong, what else did I like? Baby Don't Stop, which I feel like should have been the single to begin with, but because Dave Hall was hot. So it made sense to throw that out as a single to get people on it with Dave Hall on it, but the label went another way. So that's why I really don't think that the people really paid attention to the album, because it didn't have like a great machine behind it, especially with the first single. It didn't go right, even though he performed both of those songs on Apollo, but that was it. Like, it really didn't go anywhere. But Joe has a voice that you just can't forget. You know what I mean? Like, he has one of the best voices, and you can't forget it. So after listening to the album and all that kind of stuff, it got to when he was on You Will Know. And then he came in with, that bridge. He made it count. You know what I mean? Like, period. And then it was just like you started hearing Joe on a lot of other stuff. And this is when he was getting his writer's bag and all of this, because he actually wrote a song on what's his name? Tony Thompson's sexual what was it called? Sex I forgot. Y'all probably did too. But no shade. But
that was
but
awesome.
it was terrible. He got a song on there, Tony Thompson, called Break It Down. And Joe wrote that record. And it was very advanced. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how Elise feels like how Tevin Campbell did. She like, it just didn't seem right. And Tony Thompson doing a record like Break It Down, and it
Oh,
was
Sexational.
that's what it was called, Sexational. Got it. Okay. And he did Break It Down, and it was very vulgar. But again, it would have been fine for Joe, but it wouldn't have been fine for him, for Tony Thompson. So, but I thought the record was really, really cool. You know what I mean? But again, this is me paying attention to Joe and all this. And then once he came with All the Things Your Man Won't Do, it was like, all right, we're in there. We're in there. When I heard, Don't Be a Menace. So
Yeah.
that's kind of my introduction to Joe.
So I had a funny story. I'll tell y'all how I was introduced to this album.
Okay.
So 1997, that's when I graduated high school and went to college.
Mm-hmm.
And my roommate, her name was Nicole. Hey, Nicole, if you're out there in the world. She had 3 cassettes. No, 2 cassettes and a CD.
Mm-hmm.
And they were Joe, All That I Am, Jeanne Saturday Night, which had came out that April.
Mm-hmm.
And then she took it to 95. She had Jewel, Pieces of You, or Pieces of Me, like the white singer Jewel.
Mm-hmm.
And she, every night before we went to bed, she would play those. So I associate those 3 albums with like a very relaxed feel. And I know them by heart because they would keep playing once I'm asleep. And so I think subliminally, I just absorbed those 3 albums. I mean, when I say every day of my freshman year, every day.
Wow.
So that's how I got introduced. But hey, it wasn't 3 bad albums to have to listen to over and over.
No, it wasn't. No, not at all.
I was fine with it. But every day though.
You said cassette.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
Ain't nothing wrong with that shit. No. That's good 3 albums like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, because
3 albums that you have to do a whole lot of skipping.
Right. Because then because for me to get to this album, it was like I was seeing what Joe was doing background wise. You know what I mean? Because then after he came out with all the Things Your Man Won't Do, then My Girls came out with Use Your Heart, which he's on that. So it was like Joe was out here. And then he did the Booty Call soundtrack, which was I Don't Want to Be a Player. So it was like his rollout for this album was like on the money. It was like you were gonna know Joe. You know what I'm saying? And like we said on the episode when y'all see it, like soundtracks was like that. That's what broke artists. And we don't even have that anymore. Like Joe is on so many soundtracks, it's ridiculous.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of his big songs are on soundtracks, which is crazy. But it worked. You know what I mean? So then after Don't Be a Player, I was just like, okay, yeah, I need this album. When does it come out? And it actually came out on my birthday of 1997. So I got that album and I've loved it. And it's actually, I think it's probably my favorite Joe album, to be honest. It's my favorite.
Everybody's really. You know what I mean?
The singles on this album didn't chart?
That's okay.
No. I'm just saying.
He
I
charted
didn't
in the
say it was
hearts.
nothing wrong with it. I'm saying, isn't that funny? Like that's.
It's wild, yeah.
But the album did go platinum. But like the and no sales and charts on everything, but they are a part of the story. So
Right.
Absolutely.
like I just found it interesting because they got the airplay, but they didn't chart. Because all the singles on this album, well, at least 3. Well, how many singles was it total?
1, 2.
Let's see, 5.
3.
Okay.
Oh, 5.
Yeah, it had
Okay.
to be up with, yeah.
3 of the songs on there I heard on the radio in constant rotation.
Yeah.
So I wonder what that was about. Like
I
maybe
don't
it's on the
know.
business side or something.
I believe that kind of speaks to how competitive it was at the time as well.
True.
You know,
Very true.
because when you drop a bomb like this and you're not charting, it's because there's other bombs being launched over there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
97 had a lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot of shit in 97.
Yeah, 97 was
Yeah.
heavy.
And
the album itself did chart, but the singles didn't.
yeah. One thing too
didn't.
though, is that I noticed is that the debut, how we was talking about the shit ain't so, it went wood, right? Wasn't on Jive yet. Right? So
yes.
So
okay.
obviously I'm speculating here. But what I think is that, they didn't know what they had on their hands. And that's why they were because Joe's got a very consistent catalog. He dropped steadily. And I believe the biggest gap was from his debut, 93, right? To 97. That's 4 years.
Yeah.
That was a big gap for him. So maybe, he might have been beefing with them. They might have not had any idea what to do with him. And then, he came back heavy. So I noticed that first album didn't drop on Jive.
Yes. Yeah. And then when him going to Jive, unfortunately, he had to deal with somebody. But you know what I mean? So it was kind of Joe kind of in a nutshell, he kind of had to get what he took. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we giving you, work with it, and hopefully people catch on. You know what I'm saying? So
well, he did well. He had a lot of success, all things considered,
Yeah.
And it just goes to show it's enough for everybody, but it's like, the labels, I mean, Jive was huge, you know what I mean? It ain't nothing for them to put the machine behind anybody, but people can coexist. Well, you know how that go, man. I mean, now that we know more about a tad bit more about people's personalities and all that, there was probably a lot of hating going on over there.
Oh yeah.
A lot of bitch assness going on over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Joe even came out in interviews and said the shit. Yeah. He said there was some bullshit going on, hating and shit, but
until the humbling came later and they collaborated and they made great music.
Right.
Fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Together we stand. You know what I mean? What the fuck?
Yeah.
But So I think, and that's crazy because when you think of it, when you think of the success that he did have with Jive, imagine what the obstacles were, and imagine had they not been there.
True.
True. He could have really been him.
True.
So I mean, all things considered, he still obviously had a lot of success. Yeah. One of my personal favorite male vocalists. He's got to be in my top 5 to 7 for sure. I never really thought about it, but he's up there for me.
Like at least
he did well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the great thing about Joe, that also to his credit, that helped him a lot, is the fact that he's not just a singer. He's a songwriter, producer, vocal arranger, background thing. Like he does a lot of things, a lot of hats, a lot of multiple streams of income.
Yeah.
That helps.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
And I think he had to do a lot of that from that transition from that first album to, All That I Am. Like he had to kind of grind, you know what I'm saying? Get in where he fit in. Like, I got to do this. Okay, y'all want some backgrounds here? Okay, you want a song writing over here? Y'all want vocal arranging over here? I'm doing it. So it made him also look, you saw Joe as grinder. He grind. So for him to get to this album and for it to be good, I know, and for it to go platinum, it probably was like you know what? I did that shit. I grinded to get to this and it did good and the people rocked with it. You know what I'm saying? And they they rocked with it. You know what
And
I mean?
guess
So
what?
that was yeah.
No matter how fucking talented you are, what you got, the grind is the most important thing.
Yep.
That's everything. So he stuck
Yep.
it out. He shit. He did well, man. He did
Yeah,
well.
he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. All right, so we get into this album. So the
Let's do it.
first joint.
We literally go. Look, I ain't done this in so long.
Ah,
Pull out my little insert. You know what I mean?
he's starting it off with all the things that your man won't do. Now, y'all, we did actually catch that with Easton Major, and we talked about this song, and we kind of went in depth about it, and it was really, really good episode as well. But yo,
Yeah.
this
Check that
song,
episode out too. After you finish watching this one.
right, that part. But yeah, this song, I mean, it ain't nothing. I mean, Joe can sing his ass off. Joe will take your chick in this record. He letting you know, yeah, I do what all the things your man won't do. And like I said, it was on a soundtrack, and soundtracks really helped our artists back then. And mind you, this song came out in the 1996 in January. This album ain't come out until July 1997. So Joe is like, we're gonna start off with what you know me for. How about that? Let's start it with this. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, we take it from there. So I think it was brilliant to start it with all the things your man won't do for real, for real. So
Which tells you a lot about the times, right?
mm-hmm.
So to have all that time to really cook
Mm-hmm.
and really push him, I just feel like with this album, he was really packaged well, if you want to so to speak. Like they packaged them well. How you mentioned about the soundtrack features and all that.
Yeah.
So when it dropped, everything was kind of lined up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that song, this song, right? Like, this is what's crazy about this, right? And we'll talk a little more in depth about it. But I really like the sequencing of this album, which is very, that's one of those things that a lot of people overlook, the sequencing. I mean, how everything comes together. And it's interesting when you started with this record, because so this is a very vocally brilliant album. Very, great penmanship, well produced, well composed, vocally brilliant. This what I like to say is there's dead bodies all over this shit. He's killing this shit, right? Throughout, right? There's dead bodies all over this shit.
Right.
And then on that first song alone, is dead bodies all over that in itself. Killing this shit. He's really killing this shit.
Yeah.
So I just feel like to start, like, it's almost like, I don't know, almost like, I don't want to get too crazy, but it's almost like you're setting the bar very, very high. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like you're already up here. Where do you go from there?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So. And earlier I said the songs on this album didn't chart, but this song charted, but not as part of the album. It charted as part of "Don't Be a Menace."
Right. Right.
So it was. So I answer my own question.
Yeah. So So with this song in particular, I really like how it, the reverse fade, how it comes in. I really like that. Yeah. I think it was very well composed. Like everything about this record is really, really perfect. You know what I'm saying? So with the bridges come in, just the bar, me, I like the bars, man. He's really spitting.
Yes.
He's really spitting. He's fucking what how can I put it? This is fucking elite level dirty macking.
Basically.
Right away, bro.
Right away.
I'm immediately trying to cut your throat, Playboy.
Tell me what kind of man.
You know what I'm saying?
He like, and he was like, yo, he telling you, he treating you like nothing, but you're worth more than gold. Like, he's smacking. Well, first of all, he even macking when he first come into the song when he's talking. Because he like, hey, love. You said you need someone. Like, yo, to be there for you, to love you all night long. But it's kind of funny. I don't think you have to look no further because I'm here.
Ain't that some
Right.
old 70s shit? That's some
Yes.
70s begging group shit. That's
You know what I'm
Yes.
beautiful.
saying?
Some begging group Afro Soul Train shit. Like, yes.
And he
Some,
wrote and produced this himself, correct?
yes,
Correct.
him and Joshua.
The bulk of the album, right?
Tunes.
He wrote and
Yeah.
produced. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean
Yeah.
that one right there, that I don't know, man. That shit really. And I was just like, how do you not necessarily like top it? How do you even
Hmm.
parallel it? You know what I'm saying? So for him,
Yeah.
to start this strong and to just, deliver after,
Show me
very
this.
impressive, Dead bodies everywhere. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yo said, and then like it, and then I love how back in the '90s when the writing was creative, when you still knew what they were talking about, but it was creatively done.
Bars, man.
You know what I'm
Bars.
saying? Like
Bars matter, JR.
take you to the
Bars matter.
subway where all go down. I'll go down. Like you knew what he
Yeah,
meant, but
yeah. It it was it was overtly sexual without being vulgar. But it
right,
was overt. This whole
I like
this
that.
whole album is a whole lot of sex.
right.
I mean, it's an R&B album for the
It's a
90s.
90s R&B album. It should be.
Like,
You know
if
what I
it
mean?
ain't, what are you
Fuck.
doing? What are you even doing?
Yeah.
But but yeah, it's overtly sexual, but it's not vulgar or explicit.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
that's good.
right, right.
Instrumentation on this is very great.
Oh man,
Very, very well arranged.
yeah,
The arrangement. You
Yeah,
want to talk about the vocal, from everything, the
yeah,
production, the vocal arrangement, right? Just very
yeah,
well produced. He really killed that
yeah.
song, like from like
I think it's the best produced song on the album to me,
it probably
as far as
is.
the production.
When you put when you factor
Yeah,
in everything, it really
yeah.
checks everything at a high level. You might be right. But it's just like, okay, so even like the hook part, because one of my favorite parts is a song, and I might be weird for this because a lot of people don't even notice shit like this. So the hook, and then in the background he's like, all the things
Thing.
your man won't do. I feel like no one pays attention to that type of shit. I know
Shit.
y'all do, obviously. R&B representatives. I'm
You
not,
should you should hear me and John with a song with like intricate backgrounds come on. We child say lead
Yeah,
background,
You know what I'm saying?
yes,
Like
ambient,
that
sound
type of
effects,
shit
drums.
is that type of shit that really brings the shit together.
Yeah,
right,
You
yeah.
know?
yeah,
And it's one of those things that it exists, but like we always say, like, that the real R&B shit is not heavy in the mainstream.
right,
And it's shit that really brings the soul, man. You know what I'm saying?
yes, yes,
Everything is pussy popping, and pussy popping is great. We love pussy popping. But it's like, throw a bit of, I mean, they was pussy popping in the 90s too. Don't get it fucked up. All over this album.
Yes.
But it's just, put some soul in that shit. Well, like, okay, so at least use the right word. It's vulgar. It's like pretty vulgar now. Before it was more, the vulgarity was more discreet.
yes,
You understand what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
and like these days, it's like, yo, can I get that pussy? Back then, it was like, excuse me, would you like to engage in coitus? You know what I'm saying? It was more discreet. It wasn't so direct, wasn't so in your face. And that's
right.
what made this shit fire.
It
You understand
did
what I'm saying?
because it had to make you creative. It had to. It had to make you
Bars.
creative.
Bars. Step
Yes,
your penmanship
yes,
up, bro.
yes.
And that's what
That's
makes
real.
artists like Joe great, man. He really, he
Yeah.
write the fuck out of some shit.
Yes, he will. Yes, he
What I mean?
will.
But
Word.
let me tell you, Joe's stupid for. Let me tell you what he's stupid for though. Talk about, I will stop until I hear your mother scream.
That part,
Hey, man.
yeah.
Sometimes moms got to get involved. You know what I'm saying?
What?
You know?
Oh my God.
But he sounds so
That
good
that was
singing it.
a little
That we
crazy.
let
That is a little
we let it
crazy.
pass. We let it pass because the song is so great. It sonically it sounds so good. Him singing
There
that
you go.
ridiculous line, but you
Yeah,
like,
There
well,
you
you get
go.
past, bro. Because did you hear the
There you
rest of
go.
this?
right. That little part you just gonna pay attention to,
Yeah,
like, if you
I'll
just sound
allow it.
good saying it. Yes,
Yeah, man.
right. Right.
And you know, like back to the vocals on this song. I really appreciated how he did that. You know, I light up all the candles all around. He brought that back twice. He's
Yeah.
like, I fucked this shit up the first time real bad, but I'm gonna come fuck this shit up again real bad.
And then
You're not gonna
vocally
enjoy
take
it
it
just
to
as much.
another decibel for you. He took
You're
it
gonna
higher.
enjoy it just as much.
Yeah.
Yes.
That shit,
Yes.
that's like high level stunting. You understand
Oh
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're gonna eat these vocals up. You're gonna enjoy it. And I'm, you know, and like you know how they say like oh you they playing in your face. It's almost like that. Like he ran it back and just boom, just cause I can. And it was
Right.
still fire the second time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a lot to appreciate with just that this one song. And what is it? This song clocks in at what? Over 5 minutes? I
6
think it's listed
minutes
on
and 20 seconds.
You
6
know,
minutes and 20 seconds. Wow.
well, you know, radio, and it probably had to be like
Oh,
4 minutes.
for sure.
Yeah, they definitely edited that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But you don't, you know, me, I can only speak for me, obviously. Never made me want to skip the song. I never said, all right, I had enough at the 3-4 minute
no,
mark.
I never
Skip.
skipped it.
Nah,
Yeah, I've
nah.
never left that song early before.
You know what I'm saying? And
Take
that's
more
Right.
not
time.
easy to do. 6 minutes. That's so like when we was back, further back, 7-8 minute songs and all that, when you was doing, all the, the Marvins and all that, they was doing that type of shit.
Yeah.
At this point we had evolved to where, like you said, radio. And
Mhm.
I think after this came to the point where we don't even want to edit the song no more. We just want to make it short to begin with.
Yeah.
Cut it to begin
Yep.
with, you know?
Yep. Yep.
But
Yep.
like some of these songs, man, they're like long, and it's like you don't get tired of them. Well, I don't. I gotta speak for me. I gotta, I be acting like my opinion is for everybody and shit. I be wild, you know.
We ain't got
So
there yet.
it's that's another thing, and this is just, I just this guy was really one of them ones for me.
Yes, for sure. For sure. All right, so we get into Love Scene. This is my shit here.
Yo.
Because the progression of this song is what I love about this record. It's like he's taking you on a ride. You know what I mean? Like literally. And it's like you know what I mean? Like it's just like he sounds so. Then once after he's done with that like second verse, it's Joe vocal assassin. Like it's time. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
What?
Right at the beginning, right when it comes in, dead bodies.
Yeah.
Immediately off top.
Yeah.
Guns blazing. Not even after like right away, bro.
Yeah.
Right away.
Yeah.
So, there's listen, man, I'm gonna be real with you. I was 15 when this dropped, right?
Uh-huh.
So and mind you, this is when we held on to albums.
Mm-hmm.
I played this album for a long time. I was 15, then I was 16, I was 17. I was my horniest. So guess what? There was a lot going on.
Right.
Here.
Right. You lived with albums back then, people, because albums were not cheap.
Yeah.
So if you brought it and you didn't like it, you still played the shit because you spent about $25 on the shit. Like it was not a game.
And you went out to the store and bought it because you wanted it. You didn't just look at your phone and say, "Oh, let me see what this is about," and tap the button.
And that's the difference. And I think we put a little too much blame on the kids or the younger folks. The world that they live in is not the world we lived in. Yeah. The technology is not the same. So technology just don't change how you consume things. It changes the culture. Every time there's a technology shift throughout history, it changes the entire culture.
Right.
Right. So I give the kids a lot, but not too much.
Too much.
Because this is what they were born into. This is what they know of how music comes out and how that's what they know. Mm-hmm. It changed. We don't. So you weren't riding in a car with your parent and forced to listen to it, or You know,
Uh-huh.
you all in the house together and you got to listen. You can't go off with your earbuds or whatever. You know, you might have a Walkman, but shit, not every kid had that, you know. And you ain't have but so many tapes to put in said Walkman. So either way, you will listen to your parents' music also and do your music like together.
Right.
So when that
Yes.
changed, how you get exposed changed. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, we
Yeah.
knew all about
You're
our
right.
parents'
You're
music,
right.
but these kids, a lot of the kids, they don't know what their parents listen to.
Right. 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 So yeah, for that, with that being said, that's why again when we talking about to these kids, that's why a lot of these albums did go platinum, yo, because we actually used to go out and buy them. You know what I mean? Like that was what our technology was. It wasn't we can go to our phone and be like, all right, yeah, nah, we ain't gonna get it. No, we heard the single, we liked it, we went to the store and copped the damn album. And
Yep.
it's like you gotta hope that the album is fire. You know what
Hey,
I'm saying? After you,
sometimes we heard 2 or 3 singles,
right?
right?
True,
Before the album
true,
even dropped.
true.
I know
That's
about this,
very true.
before I got this album, I know I was at least 2. I think it was 3 because I think Love Scene had dropped too, the video,
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I
right?
think so. So it was like 3 songs before you
Mm-hmm.
got the album because 2 of them was soundtrack records, and then
Yep.
another was the
The,
official
the
single of
Love
the
Scene, yeah,
album. So it was
yeah.
like that's crazy.
You
That's
know.
crazy. But yeah, Love Scene, I
Hey, listen,
love it.
man.
I love the progression of this record, like the bridge when he's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna keep it loving." I got to like,
It's
ugh,
it's one of the best bridges in R&B, period, all time.
I
Mm,
can give you that, girl, because
mm.
that's a bridge.
That
We
when
won't
people start
stop.
talking about
You know what I
bridges,
mean?
that's the first song that comes to my mind every time. Every time.
I love it when he did it live and Joe takes it to church. And we can say right now, Joe never sounds bad. Never. He's always perfect.
One of my
Vocally,
favorite voices, man. I like I said, I really got to think about, if I made a list. I don't do that bored in my own time all the time, but
uh-huh.
he's up there for me, man. His voice is very. I've always thought he was one of the better voices. And then this record here, like I
Mm.
always say, man, the bars, man, just like conceptually, the love scene, take one, baby lying on the bed, and then the take two, right?
Yes.
You know, come on, man.
Uh, it's like
Come on,
again
man.
the progression of it all. And like you said, the
Yes,
pen,
the
the
pen work.
pen. If
The
he's
pen
telling
work is official.
if he's telling you love scene, he's taking you through each scene. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And then when he gets after the bridge and all that, he goes there. And what he ended with, 69 was a very good year.
And you know what I mean, my dear.
He
Ah,
telling you,
forgot the. See, I told you we know the backgrounds too.
Come
yes,
on, man.
Back to some
yes.
Joe.
It's like, yes. It's like he's like 69 was a very good year. We know what he means, but he's telling you in the record, you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, he didn't say girl and beach out. He said nah, 69. Don't what when you respond,
Exactly. You see what I'm
lady,
saying, though?
when you respond better to
Bars.
no, then
Oh, she's doing
let
that
it.
shit with her shoulders again.
But like
Yeah.
you're gonna respond better. He basically saying the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a smoothness, it's a thought process. It's like, oh, he could talk good, you know? Like
mm-hmm. Even right, and you saying he talked good because think about it. He got the girl and he's telling her all the things your man won't do, right? Now, let's make a love scene. Like
Hey, man.
it's a story with this. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I
And
mean?
that,
Like
like I said, the sequence. The
yeah,
sequence, you know what I mean? That
yeah,
shit matters. And it's almost become like a lost art, the sequence of albums.
yeah,
Because yo, bro,
yeah,
I hear shit now and I'm like, this shit just sounds like it's everywhere. It's messy.
yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't I don't really get, that you have a handful of artists who really take pride in the craft, you know, and they're out there. We're not gonna say
Uh-huh.
it doesn't exist.
Right.
But sequencing, and all around hip hop, R&B, all around, sequencing has become very underappreciated and damn near lost.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah. Because his albums now, like I think me and Elise talk about, be like, damn, why wasn't this there? And this there, and this would have worked this way. Like even other albums that we talked about on here, and we was like, damn, if this song could have went here, it could have went right after, it would have worked. You know what I mean? So sequencing is an art. Like it's serious, Joe. Like not a game.
But have you noticed that most of the albums we said that about were from the 90s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
and
you
know, and that's cool though. A lot of it's fine. But in the 90s, you have some long albums, and not long because the songs is long, because it's like 20 songs,
20 tracks. Yeah.
That's what...
and when you listen to it, you can hear, like, I can hear the 10 or 12 that should be on there, and and the ones that trim off ain't necessarily because they're bad per se. It just don't fit with where the album was trying to go, you know.
Yeah.
And to add to that, this one is not one of those 12 tracks, and you could even say 11 because one of them's like that unplugged shit at the end. Right?
Yeah.
You could say 11, short and sweet.
Yeah,
and it's perfect. It's perfect.
It was at one time where albums used to be like 8 or 9 songs. Then it jumped up to 10.
Back in the Marvin days, like we saw about earlier,
like, and then now it was like at 12. When you start, man.
In the end of the 90s, everybody want to put out a double album. The end of the 90s and the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Girl.
I feel like that had a lot to do with, the money grab, you know what I mean? Because, every sale counted as 2. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And then, every artist is recording 30 to 40 songs for the album to begin with, and they just trim it down. Now they're like, fuck it, we got the songs, put them on there.
Right. Right. That's what they doing now to do the whole streaming thing. That's why they throw all of them damn songs out so they can get money from every song with the streaming. Exactly. So it's just like people not making bodies of work anymore, not trimming songs that don't need to be there. Correct. You know what I mean? So
today we talking about, this is really a body of work. Like this is really,
I agree.
Like I can't say it enough. Just everything about it is just very well put together, very well orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? And I like I've been ever since we talking about this album.
Yeah.
Obviously I keep going back to it. Keep going back to it. Get me in that group. And I'm like, damn, man, like some of this shit just doesn't get old. And it's like, yo, like how fortunate we were to be from the era that we from. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. I know we talk about it all the time. We grew up in, but it's like we say it because it's true. But I'm talking about when you feel it. You listen to some of the shit and you start going back and you're like, yo, this was really it, man. This was really it. Like, when BET played music videos and MTV played music videos. That sounds crazy to fucking say, don't it?
Right.
That sounds crazy to say.
A mess to say.
Because, this is an era where, I think it was, I think Love Scene was what drove me to buy this album. Like, yo, this dude got the, because I got the Don't Be a Menace soundtrack in there somewhere as well. So I was already hip to that. And then I also owned, I know we're going to get there in a second, Don't Want to Be a Player. It was a Slim Case single. I don't think I still have it, but I owned it when it dropped.
Damn.
It was a Slim Case. The little Slim Case joints?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I owned that single when it dropped. So I was already, like I said, I was already hip to something. And then Love Scene dropped, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get this out. I believe the video was black and white.
Yes. Yep. You're right. Saying? Yes.
And he's just vocally bodying this shit, man.
Yes.
And that's what I was saying. Like, and I really like how Elise mentioned how, Elise said it's one of the best bridges in R&B, right? On this record. And I'm like, yo, this is what the shit I'm talking about. Like, all the things your man won't do, he started up here. How do you maintain that shit? So when she says that, okay, you see, he's keeping it up here.
Right. Right.
Even if you don't top it, you gotta parallel it. You gotta at least, keep it on that level.
Real.
And I feel like he did that, especially because this shit right here is,
Yeah, easy. Speaking of Don't Be a Menace soundtrack, though I bought that soundtrack not for Joe.
You bought it for Winter Wars.
I did.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know.
And I can rap that whole shit.
I know what's up.
And not mess with
you see that's that? Wild. See how I beat you to it? I know what's up. Because you was too excited when I told JR, yo, tell him I said Supreme Clientele, no Megan 1. She dropped off. She was like, oh.
I literally did. I was like, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I was like, you see her perked up for that.
Wars, man. Yes, this shit is raw coming out. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That was one of the, that was definitely probably why the majority of people bought it. To be honest, you know, Wu-Tang in 96, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, this like you said, hold up. I'm looking at the lyrics here, so
Which of
yeah, okay. So then you know the bridge comes, right? Then after it, like you said, the 69 part. Girl, I'm down to take a sip from your cup. If you drink from my fountain of love, right? Bars, not just yo, let's suck each other off. It's bars.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I feel that excuse me, the penmanship, man, is and I feel like that was like a common thing in the 90s. You know, like the raunchy shit, you know, when you disguise the raunchy shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of those. There's a lot of those, you know. That's for other episodes, but there's a lot of that back then. So, you know, I've always appreciated that because I always think, right? Not only because I'm an MC, but I'm a fan of music and a fan of lyrics before anything. I always believe that good lyrics are always thought-provoking. Right? There should be all good lyrics should provoke some sort of thought, right? Some shit is right to the point. Less is more. Correct. That's great too. Think. You know what I'm saying? Down to take a sip from your cup. And sometimes you just get caught up in the melody and the voice and all that. And then when you think about it, you're like, oh shit, I didn't catch that the first 5 times I heard it. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of gives it away with the 69 was a very good year.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I'm just saying in general, sometimes there was things that you ain't really catch right away.
That's true.
Like, oh shit. This is a nasty motherfucker. You know what I mean?
JR, what's next?
Don't wanna be a player. Yes. This, when you hear this, you know this is the beginning of when Rodney was about to take over the industry.
I was about to say, shout out to Dog Child.
Yes. Yeah, like you can tell this is it. Because what you call it is because he's working with Joe, he working with Brownstone at the time, he working with Mary, but they ain't out yet. So this song is the first one you kind of hear and it blow up for him. And then for Joe, it's different. You know what I mean? It's like different because what have we've all been into? All the things your man won't do. You know what I mean? So it's that. And then Love Scene wasn't out yet. No, Don't Want to Be a Player was out after that. But this song is just, it's for the times. You know what I mean? And what bothers me about it is like people forget it. People forget the original version. Everybody goes to him and Pun because they put both of their songs.
Though.
Huh?
It was still a hit. It was a little,
yeah, like it was a minor hit, yeah. But in the same breath, it's like, y'all, like this song is dope too. That's what you know what I mean.
You know why I think that, Jay? Because I used to. This is what I thought of when I first heard, Pun, one of my favorite rappers. That record, Don't Want to Be a Player. The part that made me want to start rapping, like recording, was when he says Boricua Morena. That's what was like. Okay,
yes.
That's a little fun fact. Anyhow, I just thought it was crazy how the Joe record was still new and Pun sampled it so like, immediately. Yeah, I think that had a lot to do with it though too.
Yeah, he said because he did an interview with Vlad and he said that what did he say? He said that yeah, hello. The one with the he said him and Big Pun was in the studio and they were just together and they was like, well shit, let's just put yours and mine and we put this joint together and boom.
That shit worked though.
And it worked. It worked. Joe got to use a verse from his joint. Pun still using his from his record. Put it both together. Everybody get money. You know what I mean? So I get it. But it's just like, I like the production of Don't Want to Be a Player. Because when I first heard it off the boomerang, it sounded fresh. It was fresh. It was like, using the talk box and all of that. It was just different. It was fresh. And then Joe sounded really good on it, and really he's riding the beat. You know what I mean? So it sounded really good to me. And then it was on the Booty Call soundtrack. You know what I mean? So joint was dope.
A lot of times people don't think about or don't remember the original of it, but one for the reasons Easy said, it came out like back to back, so this it took the momentum, but just
overshadowed it, so to speak.
It's like the audience that song ended up reaching, what outside of us, they had never paid no attention to the original anyway.
No, they didn't.
That's not what they would listen to. It wasn't that kind of hit. It was an R&B hit with us,
right? But
it wasn't, as far as the mainstream it got, it wasn't that, and that just was so big. But hey, I'll take that as a good problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I always say, right, like there is such a thing as things being underrated, underappreciated, going under the radar.
Yeah.
But I always say the shit reaches who it needs to.
That's
Everything
true.
always reaches who it needs to. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Because
like some of our most prized hip hop and R&B, like artists, you know how you want it. You're like, damn, I can't believe this motherfucker's not platinum. Nah, man, they're for us.
True.
De La Soul don't need to be for everybody.
True.
You understand what I'm saying? Jill Scott don't need to be for, everybody.
Right.
And these are successful artists. I'm not saying that they have no success. I'm just saying, like, some things just reach who they need to reach. And I think that's just an example.
And it actually also helped Joe with the remix of the song. It brought him to an audience that didn't pay attention.
Cross promotion,
because by the time we got to My Name Is Joe,
he was known.
He had that audience.
Yeah, he was known then. They knew
with
his
another
name.
Dirty Mac anthem, but that's for another episode.
Because it wasn't like he was on a rap song singing the hook and he wasn't an integral part of the video. So he was part of the visuals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Half that song was his. So it wasn't just, I gave you this little hook and gone. No.
Right.
And that worked to his advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I don't know. I might be the only one here. But when you hear the voice box in the beginning of the song, I ain't gonna front. I thought Teddy Riley at first. My mind went there. My mind went there at first. When you would. So the first time I ever seen the name Darkchild was, y'all remember? Obviously, I know y'all remember Gina Thompson. Things You Do. I had her cassette single, and the remix it said Darkchild remix. It was the Chef, Raekwon, Craig Mack, and I think Busta. Was it Busta?
Was it Busta?
I know it was Craig Mack and Raekwon.
I don't remember Busta being on.
And it was one of them joints. I don't think it was Busta. I think I'm bugging right now. But I know it was Ray, and I know it was Craig. Rest in peace, Craig Mack. But that was the first time I heard the name Darkchild, and it was one of them. It was a time where, R&B remixes, they was just getting the rappers to rap, and they were just keeping the hook of the song. It wasn't really an R&B.
Yeah.
You Want to Be Down. The Things You Do. Who else did that? Boys to Men were vibing.
Yep.
That was like a thing. That's wild. Yeah. But that's the first time I heard Darkchild. It's gonna. I'm gonna look up who else was on the remix because it's gonna bother me until I find out.
But with that, it's just, again, even though I get a little, upset that people don't rock with the original version, but I love how you said, at least it was like they really wasn't paying attention to that anyway.
Yeah.
So for him to get on that and they started paying attention to him, which gave him a bigger audience and, mainstream appeal. Because then it was just like it helped him after that.
Yeah. And then most people was calling him for that pen.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Had that not happened, he wouldn't have been known, or they wouldn't have went to go look and see, he did this, this, and this. Right. They wouldn't pay any attention.
And then you get him after with that, then he gets on the Mariah joint, which gives him another big, like, you know what I'm saying? So I could be upset about that, but that remix helped Joe out
Help
of here.
propel him for sure.
It propelled him out of here.
Because you know
and
when
at least what propelled him was fucking dope as shit and still get played to this day and make everybody get up. So at least it wasn't like
timeless classic shit.
So at least it wasn't a whack thing that crossed over.
Yeah.
Right.
Which happens in a lot.
It would have really been bad. But like some dope shit that never got corny. You could put it on today in 2024 and it's all good.
Right.
I think was My Name Is Joe his most popular album, most sellingest album, probably, right?
Yeah, I think so. Because of the audience he had, you know what I mean? It was just that, you know what I mean? So yeah, but Don't Want to Be a Player, loved it. Dog Child, you did your thing on the record for real. This is the beginning, because then after that, it was like Dog Child was out of here. You know what I mean? After everybody came out after that, it was like he was out of here. And then you know, once he got with Brandy, it was a wrap. But
again,
yeah,
bars.
so yes,
bars.
so Good Girls.
Yeah, okay, good. We're moving on. All right, go ahead.
Good Girls, my favorite song from Joe.
This might be my favorite song on this album.
It is mine.
It's mine. Period.
For sure.
When y'all went up, did you hear it playing when we went on that little break? When you came back, it was playing. That when you noticed that?
Oh no, I didn't hear.
But that shit been playing in my head. I've been thinking about that song all day. I haven't been. It's my current earworm.
That shit right there. Hold up, we gonna talk about that.
I just love it's just, and then you know how like the intro with the guitar, right? And then the beat comes in, and then Joe just starts vocalizing. Like, yes, it's like he's getting you ready for greatness.
Yes, I was just gonna say that.
Like he's getting you ready for like, all right, yo, I'm not playing with y'all on this. You know what I mean? And it's just like lyrically amazing. Like me and Alicia talking about this off air. It was like it's the cadence of this song or how he sings it, and it's just oh my god, like
that's twice. You stole my thought, man. Keep going. Make it easy for me. You make it easy for me.
Oh god.
My part is I gotta believe there's a running for me.
Listen.
Like I like that.
Listen.
Yo, like
let me see something. Hold up.
Suddenly my sunshine turned to rain.
I like the kid, like how he carried it into the second verse too, the dancing, like how he carried that.
Yes.
It's very, very fire. This is very fire. Hold on a second. I'm trying to find the lyric.
And for them to use the Jacksons Find Me a Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Right, from an album that people don't really talk about with them. That's that second Gamble and Huff album that they did. And it was like, oh, okay. All right. You know what I mean? Like
it's a reason that people anyway.
Right. But to use that and for Joe to use it and how he dope, that's why I love it. And then I knew there was a video, but you know, sometimes there'd be a video and sometimes it's not a single. Because they used to do that a lot back in the day for real, because that's how they did the score. Killing Me Softly was not a single. It was not a single at all. It had a video and all that. It was not a single. You had to go buy the album for real.
Well, that was.
Oh, you mean they didn't sell it? I was gonna say the radio. The radio suggests otherwise, but
right.
I think we should definitely talk about this song.
Yes,
is again bars, right? Mm-hmm. So the verses. I'm just gonna read it. I'm dancing with your body close to mine. Then you kiss my lip. Then you kiss my lips, girl. You know what I mean? Yes. I thought it was a sign. I want you forever, but good intentions never win. I got that feeling. Tonight I'll be alone again. And then suddenly my sunshine turns to rain. So it was like, yo, it's all like, oh, everything. It's like everything is great. Everything is great. And then boom, it's a sad story all of a sudden.
Yeah,
that's what you are, sunshine and
you know what I'm
rain.
saying? I really like how like he kind of like the twist, you know, almost like some suspense in there. Yeah. I thought that was very fire too.
Yeah,
yes.
It's theatrical like that, like the way you described it. Like it is a story. It's a dramatic retelling of a story. You know.
Your eyes didn't say you had a man that never belong within your plans, and it hurts so bad.
And it hurts so bad.
Someone tell me
Why are all the good
good
girls taking every
every
time?
time.
ooh,
And
baby.
might be falling for someone
Someone else's
else.
dime. Yeah,
That's a good one,
like you
man.
felt that. That's a felt. You know
And
what
then
I
I like
mean?
it
Like,
like, take another time. I love the phrasing, that little phrasing. Take
yes,
another time.
How it kind
yes,
of just connects the hook and the verb, brings it
It
together
does.
beautifully. You're right.
It
yes,
does.
it does.
It's that type of shit. The details.
Yes.
People won't even. A lot of people won't even consider.
No.
That's the type of shit that really makes the shit. That's what vocal arrangement is.
Yeah.
This is what's gonna make the shit come together. This is what is gonna make the shit a record, and
Mm-hmm.
it's extraordinary throughout this LP. You know what I mean? I had to sound extra journalisty on that one. You know what I mean?
Oh God. Oh man. But yeah, I love it.
We
Love
on the
that
road.
record.
Hey, listen. We're not skipping nothing yet, right?
No, absolutely not.
I don't mean I'm saying like when you play this album, you don't skip any of these songs. With 4 songs, we don't skip any of these songs, right? We all agree on that?
Oh
Oh, on
yeah,
the first one, yes.
We let
First
this shit
five.
rock, right?
the first five.
Okay, good.
First
Um,
five, solid. 10 out of 10.
I
First
usually
five.
don't skip. I don't really think I skip anything, but I know everyone don't feel that way. And
oh, we gonna get
I just
there.
like to see
We gonna get
I like
there.
to hear the different opinions, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we gonna get there.
We
Yeah,
ain't
yeah,
got there
that's
yet.
cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
We'll
Uh,
get there.
There's one or two on here
so
that depend on my mood. You know what I mean? One or two on here that depend on my mood. How soon is not one? That shit gets run every time for me.
oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh
was
Oh, I
yes.
love how
consistent.
so, How Soon was written and produced with Gerald Levert. But if
Mm-hmm.
I would have, like, I always knew that, but if I didn't know that, I would know that because that shit sound like a Levert song.
It does. It does.
Train, train,
Plane,
automobile.
train, automobile. When
If
he
that
starts going
ain't
crazy.
if that ain't no Gerald Levert shit
Yeah.
right there, I don't know what is.
And you can tell the way he vocally attacking this song, he don't attack it like a Joe record, even though he makes it a Joe record. But
Yeah.
he's not attack. It sounds like he's attacking it like if it was a Gerald Levert song, because he's vocally a little bit more aggressive than normal. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like
And a little
he's
more vulnerable in
a
his.
little yes,
Yeah, there's more of
yes,
a vulnerability. There's a different, like, he's always has depth, but it's a different place of his depth.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
Miss you
Mm,
more than you know. You know what I'm looking at when I see this this particular song on paper,
Uh-huh.
right? There's a lot going on here in regards to the song structure. You got the intro, you got the chorus, you got the verse, you got a pre-chorus. It was just a different time altogether, bro. Right? Then lady, you got the bridge. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just way better. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just an observation, because I'm looking at the lyrics, when it says, it's got the chorus, the pre-chorus, the intro, and then in the beginning of the song, he's you know how they always had that little the little rap. They call it a rap, just because they're talking, but
yeah.
the R&B, a lot of the R&B songs had that.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
but again, and also let me also add that all of these songs, I'm 15, 16, I'm bodying these shits in the shower, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like you know what I mean?
it
I'm
has the
making these
best
shits mine.
acoustics. So
That's
yes,
that's how invested I am. You know what I mean?
yes,
Like it's
and
really real.
it has the best acoustics. So you
You know what I'm
sound
saying?
great in the shower. What?
Shit, man.
Yeah, that does
Yes.
sound great.
Triple wood in the bathroom. But yo, so hold on. There's a part in here that I really like, that I really appreciate.
He's just
I think it's the hook. And that first verse too. Yeah, that first verse was crazy, man. I'm
like
gonna miss you more than you know. Every time you leave. Come on, man. Like
Yeah.
he's floating,
yeah.
right? You have there's certain people that can just not go crazy, like not they could drop bodies without going crazy. That can keep it low and still sound incredible. And I think this is a good example right here. Because I feel like them low notes be on the low be harder sometimes. Is that just me?
Talks about that all the time.
Okay. You see what I'm saying?
Like,
I'm really an R&B representative, yo. Y'all gotta stop fucking playing with
me. Yeah. If your sweet spot is somewhere in that lower, man, concentrate on that shit, because that shit is fire.
Yes. Yes.
If that's your sweet spot, be thankful. That's a wonderful place to be.
It sure is. Because you
probably keep your voice longer too.
That part.
Yeah, he really killed this shit. And then, I really like how this builds up. Like, he stays low, and then, he comes with it later.
Yes,
I really like
with
that.
The aggressiveness. Yes.
Yeah, and but the songs are not all like that, right? You see how, like in the beginning of the Love Scene song, he's coming out swinging in the beginning. You got to break it up, because I feel like some people, they just a lot of artists just stick to the script. They play safe, right? Sometimes you got to get crazy. Sometimes you got to switch it up, and I think they did a good job on this one.
Oh yeah. Great. R.I.P. to Gerald Levert for writing this.
For sure, man. R.I.P. Rest in peace, one of the greats.
Yes.
I'm surprised Gerald like keep that for himself. It's so. But Joe comes, like you said, yes, he gives it a Gerald energy, but it's still very Joe.
Right.
And I love hearing the sound of two people I love kind of come together, and I'm still getting the flavor of the other. I think that's a dope thing. Like, when I say that, I mean that with reverence. So.
Yeah.
I think I know why he didn't keep it for himself. Cha-ching. You know what I'm saying?
More money that, yes.
Yeah. But around that time, Jared was busy.
Oh, that's right. This 97. This LSG.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. So he like, you go on and have that. I got a hit over here. So yeah.
Which is an album that I loved as well. The LSG.
Yes.
The LSG joint.
Yes.
I was a huge fan. I got to see them. Oh,
nice. Oh, you saw them live?
Yeah, they were doing like a promo too.
That's fire, man.
Nice.
Yeah. Shout out to Keith. Shout out to Johnny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was that album. I did enjoy it. I remember enjoying that album, but not as much as like other shit that they had did. But I did like. I think I should revisit it. I think it's been a long time.
Yeah.
But I think I should go back to it, to be honest.
Yeah, I like it.
Because when you think about it, that's a super team right there.
Yes, it was.
It's a super team, man. That's just supposed to be.
And they all
supposed to be fire.
They all singers, all songwriters, and all produce.
Yeah.
Right.
All three of them. Yeah.
Right.
All three.
Right.
You heard it.
But
yeah,
all three of them niggas.
Right.
I gotta go back to it.
Oh God. All right.
Yeah. So then what a starting what a
starting five.
Like,
yes.
Yeah, what a starting five.
I ain't gonna lie to you though. The 6 is heavy for me. I really like this song.
Okay.
Y'all don't like this song?
Go ahead, Jar.
Okay, so for me, I do, but to me, it brings it back to the debut. To me, this is kind of the debut Joe-ish, and it kind of gave you the feeling of Baby Don't Stop.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And what
Jar,
I do like...
Jar, I thought you liked something familiar from the first album, on the album.
I do. Now I was going to get it. I do, because I do like that Rock Campbell is playing the hell out of the piano on this. The piano, he is on them keys. And see, I'm a fan of him because he's on the keys of Deborah Cox, Who Do You Love? He playing them. So I was like, yo, like, this joint is all right to me. But to me, I'm like, damn, you come home, how soon? And then you go to this. It kind of messed me up a little bit. It was like, for me, I wanted another ballad to me. That's what I wanted. I don't know why. It's just me. I just wanted another. It's not a bad song at all. It's not. And like Elise said, I like something familiar. So you gave me that with this because it reminded me of Don't Stop. Baby Don't Stop. So Yeah. So that's me. That's how I
I
feel about Sanctified.
Elise, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I like the song, but the part of it that's not my favorite thing, and this is just a 90s thing. This ain't a Joe thing.
Uh-huh.
The production is too loud. Like I just needed them to turn it down just a notch because I want to hear Joe.
Mhm.
Like even if it's an upbeat, but I want to hear him. And I I don't know if this how it's engineered. It just didn't cut all the way through like I want to hear from Joe. But no, I like this song. I never skip it. This ain't my skip part. Like I
Well,
like the writing. No, I like that song.
so I love this song, first of all, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate the energy shift. So, JR, you said something about how you wanted another ballad, right? The reason why I like that we got this song, we got the boppy. I mean,
Okay.
because then it gets very acoustic after that.
Yeah, that's true.
Back. You feel what I'm saying?
True.
So the energy shift,
Yeah.
you know, I like the energy shift
Yeah.
before he brought it back. Because you don't want it to be redundant either.
Yeah.
You want it, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I like the energy shift. I like the bop. It got a hip like like a mixtape, R&B mixtape vibe to it for me. Melodies, man. The melodies on this shit too, man. Like all throughout, really. You know, state of bliss when I kiss you. Like I just like it gave me a real Bobby vibe, to be honest. You know me, man. Bobby's him to me.
Of course.
It gave me
we're
a real Bobby vibe.
We're laughing because there's a song later where it's heavy, Bobby.
It's heavy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I already know what you're talking about.
So that's why we was chuckling.
Much for one man, but you not enough. I think I know where y'all going with that. Yeah, I like the energy shift. You know, because we're gonna get back. We're gonna slow it back down. So I don't mind it. Really, really love the song. I really like that I could finally, could bob my head and
I can bop and groove. I get that.
I could throw my ice grill on a little bit to this beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I get
very,
that.
very like I said, a very, very Bobby-ish to me.
Yeah.
But I love it though.
Yeah.
It is great. Yeah, it is, but yeah. I didn't even think about it for that song. You're exactly right. Yeah.
Very Bobby-ish. I never think about it until he said it. Now it makes sense. It makes sense.
I'm an R&B representative, you know what I mean? That's why I'm
here. And then, speaking of the slowdown, we get to All That I Am, the title track. I love this song.
Come on, man.
I do. I love it.
I love this song.
I love it.
It's because it's just it's a pure vocal. It's not a showy vocal, but he is, but showy at the same time, but not on purpose. It's like it's a pure vocal.
It's the vulnerability of this. You know what I mean? It's so, and it's like
you got that. You nailed it right there, bro.
He's pouring his heart out on this.
You nailed it right there.
You know what I mean? Like he really, really is, and it's like he's dedicating this to the girl that he really, really loves, and letting her know, like, this is me. This is all that I am. Like, I'm giving everything. You know what I mean? And I was telling Elise, because we, me and her talk about songs that, that we don't like or we don't. And I was like, this song, as much as I do like it, I feel like this gave me a little bit of One More Day vibes from New Edition. As far as kind of like the production of it and kind of that to me.
Which one came out first?
One More Day.
Oh.
What was that, 96?
But that song, it might give you that vibe, but that song kind of sucked. This song don't suck at all.
Think so?
No.
I don't know, man.
Because it's like,
and I feel crazy about New Edition with me on the shows. That's crazy.
We talked about that whole album. Come on, I'm the most diest hardest New Edition.
All right, good. I'm just checking.
Yeah, we are. We talked about Home Again.
It could be my favorite artist, and it may pain me to say it. No, but if it's bad, it's bad. But
you got to keep it real like
the
that.
other 99 songs that
So. Nah, you always got to keep it real. You're right.
Yeah,
I dig it.
Yeah, but this is a song like if the label wanted to go that way, and if they wanted to give Joe that commercial shit, you know what I mean? This could have been a single they could have threw out there for him. But I'm glad that they didn't. You know what I mean? I'm glad that they went with the singles that they did. This is an R&B dude. Stick to that. You know what I mean? Don't put him over there and like this is 97. So you got Savage Garden out there now. You got all of these doing these type of records. Then you got them groups, them Backstreet Boys coming in and doing records like this that's actually hitting for them.
Yeah. Didn't Babyface have some records out like this around that time?
Yeah.
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 In fact, when it first comes on, I be thinking it's I'll be like, did I skip to Babyface? And then but once it comes in, just from hearing the guitar, yeah.
Oh, you know Babyface gonna have him a guitar now.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yes.
Speaking
of extraordinary
once he songwriters,
singing, it's not that feel. But at first, I was like, and it's like, oh no, it's Joe all the way. Yeah.
When you go on like YouTube and you see like so many people talking about this record, people be like, this is my wedding song, and you know what I'm saying? Like people really like you even got dudes that be on there like, yo, this hit the spirit right here. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't deny when something's good, it's good. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a great song. It is.
I'm gonna if I may. So this is the title track, right? Pretty much all culminates up to this point. Earlier in the conversation, we were talking about how it's a story, right? How you dirty Mac your way into the panties on Love Scene, right? What I like about this record too, like because you know I always listen as a full body of work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I like you said vulnerability, and that was perfect because he comes around and he's like human, he's real now, right? Because you know 5 songs ago you was putting a string of pearls right on her hand, and now you can't buy her fancy rings and all those expensive things that she's used to. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I like. Like, all right, son, now you're telling the truth, bro.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna win her because you're being honest.
Really, you're kind of your baton, braggadocious kind of vibe, like
yes.
You know,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, and singing
I appreciate that though. The story, the full body of work, the story, right? It's because you know the album is one.
Yes.
And this is the type of shit, you know. But I really like the bars on this too. I know you're not blind because when I look you in your eyes, you meet me halfway. I like that, man. That shit.
That is a lyric.
That's a bar, bro. Like, that's great.
Oh my god,
I haven't heard anybody say that like that. Like that's
right. That's I'm like, yo, like that's
a bar.
Yes,
I really like this song. A lot of the shit you said was true, Jay. I do agree with all that, you know, on a broader scale, but in regards to the body of work,
yes,
I feel like this was perfectly placed. This was great.
Yeah, and then this song is just really about Joe and about his vocals and George on the guitar. That's it. That's what you're focusing on. Them two, and they did what needed to be done. You know what I mean? So yeah,
I like this bridge a lot. I do.
Like Elise said, one thing about Joe, he's going to give you an amazing bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, he got an album entitled Bridges. So I mean, he's a great songwriter. He knows a bridge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So his bridges is always dope. You know what I mean? So yeah. Killed it.
Man, it's nothing like a producer that's a writer that's a producer. Like that if you have both of those skill sets, you are very highly favored and blessed.
That's a fact. And paid. and paid.
Those two, because you know, you just know from both sides. I love that.
And then as the story continues, you know, he stays vulnerable and goes into right.
No one else comes close.
I'm telling you all that I am.
Now
let me tell you about you. No one else comes close to you, baby. You understand what I'm saying? Like he's staying in the vulnerability, but he's kind of like, okay, enough about me. Let's talk about you. See, that's the way I listen to this shit though, like albums.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it. Like I said, for me, For me, I said it's soothing and relaxing, but it's on a little bit of the boring side for me.
Okay, fair.
For me.
It's very
And
boring to me.
oh yeah, at
Fair.
least yeah.
Oh, it's
But
fair.
I'm also gonna say what I like about it though. The lyrics I love. I love the writing. It's just now the production just bores me to tears. But like we just talked about Joe King of Bridges. He really give you one here. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of flat.
Yeah.
And like he sounds fine. Like I said, he don't have no bad vocal day.
I don't think he gave you one at all.
He didn't do.
Yeah, on this he did.
He just turned the hook up a little bit and brought the drums in, right? Isn't that what happened on this one?
Yeah.
There was no bridge at all.
So that bothers me, which is a shame because it is a really well written song.
Yeah.
Listen,
and like I said, Joe don't have a bad vocal day, but he just kind of not doing nothing special. And every other song on this album, he did something special on every song we've talked about.
No, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
But like you said, lyrically, yes, because the lyrics on some of this, when he said, girl, with just a touch, you can do so much. No one comes close. Like, he said, girl, just a touch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Joe's pen is out of this world, dog. Like, what?
But you know why I never skipped it?
Why?
Because it was playing in my roommate's boombox.
You had no choice.
And we were going to sleep. And it's towards the end of the album. So by then you're kind of in a relaxed mood. So boring isn't a bothersome thing. It's actually you kind of welcoming a little boring.
But like you said, sis, what we realize is with Joe, he never has a bad vocal. So even if the song is not like what you like, but God damn it, he do sound good on the bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He still makes it enjoyable. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like he fuck it. I'm gonna sound good on it. Like, whatever.
Right.
But I do love the pen. I do love the pen on this album.
Mm-hmm.
I mean on this
song. Listen. Yeah. But speaking of, remember I said on the last song that this is the type of song that the Backstreet Boys and all them was kind of doing around that time. They remade this.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they remade this off their Millennium album. They remade this record. So, and a lot of people,
The Backstreet Boys?
Yeah, they redid this on that I Wanted That Way album. They did it on that. And, you know, again, even though, that gives Joe, because if people looking at them liner notes, kind of like us, and people in the industry looking at like, who's this Joseph? Like, who's he? Like, who's Joe Thomas? So now you got other people in those spaces looking at you. So it, again, by the time he got, because they remade it in 99, by the time they got to, again, My Name is Joe, he had all that audience, and that's why that album did numbers that it did. Because of all of this.
There's a fucking NSYNC collab on that album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That long ass album.
Is it? How many?
Like 15, 14 or 15?
I think it's like 15.
I don't think 14 is too bad. And then it's a short intro, so you can say 13.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. But,
no, you're right. But Lord, if you got that thing overseas, you had like
19 songs.
You had like 4 bonus tracks.
I didn't know that.
And Stutter Remix.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we get to Come Around. I'm good. This is the song that I'm like, I'm looking at Joe, but Joe will steal your chick and let you know
he's in his element. He's dirty macking, baby.
He's dirty. Like, he's dirty, dog. Like, he dirty. Like, he said, whenever he's sleeping on you, I'm ready to sneak up on you. When he don't give you no good loving, I'm going to keep it coming. Catch that. I'm going to keep it coming. Come around. Yes. Like, he did some dirty Mac ass shit, yo.
Yeah, man.
So he's keeping, this is his up tempo. for all the things your man won't do.
True. This is one of the ones that depend on my mood.
Yeah.
Right. This is not one of the highlights for me.
Yeah.
I do like it. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just not as strong. It's not as strong with the pen or the production, to be honest.
Right.
So it's not my favorite, but yeah, I don't love it. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
ain't nothing wrong with that. But
Yeah,
again, he
but
sounds great
I
on
still
it.
listen to it I still listen to it sometimes, you know what I mean?
Right. So I mean, this is one, if I am playing the album, I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? This is how I call it, at least like this is like a drink refiller for me. I can go refill a drink with this. And I'm not really,
Bathroom
I'm like,
break.
all right, cool. I can not to it because I do like the Sly and the Family Song sample that they
Yeah.
use on this. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, but Come Around is like, and you can see, to me, this is also a record where I feel like it was made for the Jeeps. Y'all know back then, be like, this is made for the Jeeps. To
Yep.
me, Joe is not that guy. To me, he's not that type of production you need. He don't make the records for the Jeeps. That's not him.
You
You know
say
what I mean?
he's better in the ballad lane.
Battle, yeah, like in the ballad, yes,
I do
yes.
agree he's better there, but
He got some up tempos. I ain't gonna stunt. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say he got some heat, man. I mean, they came a lot of it came later, but he got some joints. I'm not
yeah,
gonna,
he do. Like, I ain't gonna stunt with that. But
but
it's
he
just
is
like
better with.
this.
I do agree he's better with the ballads.
Yeah,
Because the
yeah.
motherfucker's voice is a fucking instrument, literally.
Right. And
Like,
that's
you know what I
what
mean?
you're
It's
paying
real.
attention to, his voice when
Yeah,
he's doing ballads, to see how
heavy.
damn good he sounds. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
yes.
But
yeah.
this song, he sound like Bobby Brown.
The next one, right? Oh, this one.
Oh, the next one.
No, the next one, girl.
The next
That's what
one.
I was saying. That's what I said. I knew it was that one.
Yes.
Too much for one man, but you're not enough for two.
But
That's
Come
another more
Around,
Bobby.
I, I don't really mind it. It's fine. It's not a skip for me.
Yeah.
No.
No, I
It's
like
just
this
it's
one.
just kind of 90s generic. I think that's what it is. It's kind of,
Yes. Yeah.
it's kind of paint by numbers, but he do sound good.
Right.
And you do got a little bit. I like the chorus. See, actually, I like that song. Let me roll it back. I do like that song. Yeah.
I love it that we're talking
I
about
feel
it.
like on everything else, he just sounds so like clean and nice. This one is more edge to this one. I like the edge on this one.
I can dig that. I can dig that.
Appreciate the edge on this one. You know what I'm saying? You know, even like
Came around. I do like
that little Michael Jackson kind of, you know what I'm saying? I like that. So I fuck with this.
Something's wrong with you, girl. Something's really wrong with you.
I missed it. What I miss?
She said she came around now. So yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Bang, bang, bang. A mess.
You heard?
All right. So you should have told me you had a man. Now, I'm not a big fan of this song at all, but I'm like, Joe, for real, we get to the damn end of the damn, almost at the end of the album, and now you should have told me you had a man after you've been dirty macking. Now you should have had a man. Come on, dog. Stop.
And you knew she had a man because you said all the good girls is taken every time. So you knew
that part.
But I think, when you look at the entire story, right? Y'all know what love is, man. Love is being naive to a lot of shit. Sometimes it's right in your face.
Yeah.
Sometimes people be playing in your face and you just overlook it.
And
then it's just like, now he's like, oh, word. Damn, like now you wasted my time. Like, now you should have told me this shit.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense with the story, the timing of it.
She turned the tables on him. Yeah, I don't want to be a player. So that implies that he was a player, right? So it switched the tables like, oh shit.
Yeah, here we go. Some get back. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
Right.
No doubt. But I like this joint, man. Like I like the attitude he brought to it. I'm cool with it. Definitely not in the not the top tier of the album, but definitely a dope one. I don't skip this one.
On the first verse, he sound like Michael Jackson. On the second verse, he sound like Bobby V. Brown.
That's what I was saying. The Michael. He was doing that, huh? You know what I mean? Like that Michael energy. I like that.
Like what you say, Elise? He sounded like which album?
Dangerous.
Yep. Yep. Like She Drives Me Wild, Can't Let Her Get Away, that type. And then with him sounding like Bobby, he sounded like the Bobby album.
The Bobby album. Cause what I said, now he sound like Bobby. But he sound like that good singing Bobby on the Bobby album.
Right.
Not the Don't Be Cruel singing. He sound like that Bobby singing where his voice like really came into fruition.
Is there any shame in being inspired by Bobby Brown and Michael Jackson? I would say no.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That for him to sound like both of them, I mean, shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
shit.
He's still biting Michael now. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
That part. You know that part.
You can't help but bite Michael at this point because he was the father to so many stuff.
Listen.
He was really him, man.
Yeah, he was him. Yes.
He was really him.
Period.
I really want, and I don't want to get too far off, but we got to say this shit. I understand that comparisons are inevitable, right? You know, you always look to he kind of remind me of, it's inevitable. But stop comparing motherfuckers to Michael Jackson, bro.
Yeah, please.
Like, don't do it to him, bro. Like he's in a different moon somewhere. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I don't know. I'm just so tired of that shit. They did it. They just keep doing it. It's like, whatever. We're not gonna waste a lot of time on it. Right. But just stop it. All right, guys. Stop.
Yes, I agree. Oh, I agree. So we get to Love Don't Make No Sense. I love this record. Loved it. I love this record because I love that he switched it and he made it for the fellas to switch it. Now it's from the man's point of view. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's some real shit, yo. And he's still being vulnerable in the song because what I love is he said, because in the hook, he said, if you ask if I still love you, then I say I do. You know what I mean? Like, he's that vulnerable. He's still saying I love you, even though this love ain't making sense and you ain't doing right.
But he's putting his foot down.
Boom. I
can love you, I cannot be a sucker. Both can be true. There's that thin line between loyalty and stupidity.
Yes.
That's what you know what I mean? I'm putting my foot down.
Yes. Yes.
So I like this song a lot. I feel like this is Joe's tempo.
Yeah.
I feel like this is where he's best at. I really like the lyrics on this. I really like the conceptually. It's really dope. What is it? With the part where he's talking about it's not just the money, but the honey that is missing.
Yes.
It's what JR said though. It's how you said he flipped it from the man's point of view. Because this is a lot of shit that women would say to men, I feel like. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, this is a good one. I like this one a lot.
He could have ended it with this for me. This could have ended the album for real.
I mean, to me, when you see like a bonus and it's like this is the end of the album for me.
Right.
This is like a bonus track. But when I judge the body of work, I stop here.
Right.
You know
Right.
Personally.
Because it's like he's doing this. He's doing what is it? No One Else Comes Close. He's doing it's the acoustic version.
Yeah.
That's pretty it. So it's not really a bonus, to be honest. Because it's like the damn song, but whatever. But I really like you said, Love Don't Make Sense. It's just Joe. It's like he's in his bag and boom, zip it, done.
Another bar that I felt like was one of the ones that come from women a lot is I'd be better off if I was on my own.
If I was on my own, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was like, well, I've given you that chance. Now I'm making other plans. I'll be better off if I was on my own. You hear that from women. Yeah. So he flipped it and said, how about we say that to y'all?
You're out of luck and out of time. Find some fool who's cool with that because I'm gone. You feel me? Like you said it perfectly from the jump. He twisted it. That was
Yeah.
that was good because I wasn't even
He was
thinking that
talking
till you
his
said that.
shit. I love it. I love a shit talking ass record. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I do. I love a shit talking record. And he's talking his shit on this. So
I
I
like when he
loved it. This is
says,
actually my second favorite on the
you know what I
album.
like?
So what?
Baby, I work damn hard. Like he's pissed. Like you
Like,
know what I
yes.
mean?
Yes. You can
he got
feel the
he got
aggression
like yo,
in
he's
that shit.
pissed. My man is pissed, yo. That
He
shit was
said
funny.
you lay on your back every day. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, man, Joe, like, I'm gonna end this album talking my shit. Period.
You don't think of
Yeah.
nothing else but what you need. You don't accept responsibilities.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? And that's real shit that people deal with.
Yep.
It's very conceptually realistic.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like this is what people deal with the shit in their houses every day.
Yeah, the album it's not far fetched. Like
You know what I'm
No.
it's
saying?
very relatable to a
No.
lot of different type
Not
of
at all.
people, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I thought it was this is a strong and like JR said again, I could have lived with him ending it with this one.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Like the other shit is just like, yo, why is that? It almost looks like a fucking a scratch on the place. You're like, yo, what is this? Get this off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, like, you know what I'm
Look
saying?
out of here.
Yeah, get that shit out of there. Like, you know, like a smudge on your fucking window or something. You just want to wipe it off. But
Yes. Yeah.
definitely, you know, because there ain't nothing to talk about the other one anyway, because it's the same fucking song. But
Right. Right.
you know, definitely, this one should have been the closer for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And a very good one.
Yes.
Very good one.
Absolutely.
Lyrically strong, vocally strong.
And it is all his backgrounds. Joe's background, please, y'all, do not sleep on that man's backgrounds, yo. That's why he's on a lot of your faves backgrounds for real. Because his backgrounds is A1, nothing to play with. You know what I mean? So he did all his backgrounds on this record. So, ugh, Joe was just the shit. That dude. So
Just
for me,
a great album.
this album is, like I said in the beginning, my favorite from him. To be honest, like it's just like I saw so many comments where people was like, if you want an R&B album, this is one that is that from beginning to end. You know what I mean? Great voice, great lyrics, great all of that. You're getting all of this. You're getting love, you're getting hurt, you're getting this. What feelings? You know what I'm saying? And this is what he gives me in all in this. And I love this record. It still has depth. That's what I like too. The album has some depth. Like it's thick. It's thick. You know what I mean? Hello, he's using guitars. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, he's a guitar guy for real. Kind of like, I was gonna ask y'all this too. Do y'all think that this is kind of what the blueprint of where I want to be as far as production wise?
No.
I don't hear it, to be honest.
Where I
Okay.
want to be, I think was miles ahead production wise, to be honest.
Okay. Okay. I saw somebody say this on Twitter, so I wanted to ask y'all. And
You know
when I
you
first
know
saw
they
it, I kind of
come on,
gave the
come on.
stink face,
Let me
like,
tell you, hey, listen.
no.
Yeah,
I'm
every
gonna
time he asks me some questions about Twitter, I
listen.
think he do it on purpose to get me to fuss.
Listen, I'm gonna say something, right? While we're discussing this shit. Why people just say shit to say shit. First of all, I don't hear that at all, right? While we're on Donnell and Joe,
Right.
this is what drives me fucking crazy. How people just be typing and type.
Right.
We had just finished watching Mario obliterate Omarion in the verses,
Right.
right?
Right.
And everyone says, we got to see Donnell Jones and Joe. I said, you're asking for the same fucking ass whooping. What are you doing? Y'all just asked for the same thing. Why would you ask for that after you're complaining that Mario mopped the floor with this dude? And did you see Donnell when Donnell Jones came out with Anthony Hamilton? Sounded horrible. It was cringeworthy. And I fuck with Donnell heavy.
Yeah.
So when they said Donnell Jones versus Joe, stop just typing shit. Stop saying shit to say shit, man. Please.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
That's true.
Anyhow. But yeah,
But
you
I
know,
love this album though. I love it.
yes.
My fave,
Vocally,
all that. Yes.
vocally, lyrically, and then like we also said, all the backgrounds, the arrangements,
Yes.
very, very, very A1 all around. And you know, I play the album to this day. You
Yeah.
know, Joe definitely one of my favorite singers. I feel like, you know, he's very vocally gifted and not a lot of guys can fuck with him.
Agreed.
Especially like his era, you know what I mean? I feel like you gotta, like when you go further back to the Michaels and the Luthers and all that, obviously that's different. But I think he might make my top 5. I know he don't make JR's top 5 because JR go back to like the 50s and shit with the
I'm trying to think. If No, actually, Joe is in my top 10. Actually,
top
he's
10
in
is
my
good.
top 10. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Give me 5. You had to pick 5. If you had to pick 5, tell me.
What? Sam, Luther, Eddie Levert, Marvin Winans, and did I do 5?
That's 4.
Sam,
That's
Eddie.
4.
Shoot, who's the next one? I'm gonna be so mad. Did I say probably Otis?
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what I was
yeah.
saying. You go back. I like that though.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
But
now we have reached. Oh, did y'all have another thing? I'm sorry.
No,
I just
you good.
wanted to ask you both the question.
Yes.
On a scale let's say we do the or you could stars or mics, however, how would you rate the album on a scale of 5, the Joe album?
4.
Yeah, I would give it 4 or even 4.5 because that starting 5 is nasty.
Yeah.
Like I think like a lot of songs don't have that many songs of that punch 5 in a row.
I gotta give him that 4.5 too.
So I think 4.5. I think it kind of lags at the end, but the front is so like
heavy.
Like it. Yeah. I think it's fine.
I'm not mad at 4 or 4.5.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, now we have reached my favorite part of the show, and that is our word song association. So easy. I'm gonna give you 5 different R&B male songs from 1997, and you tell me either the first word, thought, or memory that pops up when you hear that. Like, don't think about it too hard. All right.
Cool. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna start off with, because I know you got to know this one. Do you remember the song "Full of Smoke" by Christian?
Come on. Watching my life go down. Come on, man. First of all, you just invited me to the show and disrespected me. That's crazy. But it's all good. I forgive you.
No, I kind of figured you would, because with somebody else, I probably wouldn't even ask.
I'm a man today. Can't nobody tell me nothing.
No, but no, I didn't disrespect you, because actually, most people that would come on this show, I wouldn't ask them about that song because I would think they might not know.
Okay. So that album is in here somewhere.
What's it called? Ghetto
Cyrano.
Ghetto Cyrano. Yep.
Yeah. I
Cyrano. Ghetto Cyrano.
Whatever. I fucked
Cyrano.
it up.
Yeah. Right. Thanks, sis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. But what's the first thing you think of?
Watching my life go down. Every time.
That was my song so hard. I mean, it still is. Like,
shit, man, you crazy. That was my shit.
With that song, obsessed. I'm so glad that you were there.
Yeah, I feel like Rockefeller just didn't know what to do with them. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I talked about that.
They were so talented, so talented.
Yes. Yep.
All right, and New Edition. You don't have to worry.
Ooh. So this you know what that reminds me of? There was a record store back in the day called Strawberries, where I used to get all my music from. And I had this on maxi CD. And that's what I think of when I hear that, the maxi single. You know, it had a remix with Missy, and then also a remix with Fat Joe. On the remix.
Yeah.
So I think of that. That reminds me of that maxi single.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Mint Condition. You don't have to hurt no more. Baby, it's
I
over. I'll be
shit.
what you're looking for.
I don't to be honest. Oh, you know what? If you want to be honest, I would say it makes me think of my big sister. Cause she put me on the mint condition.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
dope.
I don't yeah. Yeah, because I don't have like any memory, but you know, she put me onto that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Oh,
Betsy.
shut up. What up, sis? All right. Let's see. Have one ready. Drew Hill. I'm gonna go. We're not making love no more.
That's
Because they
my
had a bunch
shit.
to choose from in '97. Okay.
Listen.
First of all, Soul Food soundtrack,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's the song on that soundtrack that it took me a little bit to get past because I kept playing it. And yeah, man, that makes me think of Babyface's pen. That's what that made me think of. Babyface's genius. That's what I think of when I hear that when I think of that song.
Yeah.
You know
That
what I'm
song's
saying?
bananas.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love that. And I'm pissed because I can't stream it. I was looking for that song very recently on Tidal and didn't find it.
Oh,
Mm.
wow.
That you know that pisses me off a little bit, but you know it is what it is. I have to pull out the iPod one day and just rock. I got that soundtrack here somewhere too. Soul Food joint.
Mhm.
Yep.
I
Oh,
love it
that's my
too.
shit, man.
No
They
more.
Just
they
you know
singing down on that.
yeah
I mean, they always sing down, but
the
they
pain and sitting, you know, he's not even
oh,
trying to, like he just the pain, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My shit, man. And I
man.
like the I'm gonna be there for you. I will wipe your tears for you. Like it's just come on, that's my shit. That's my shit.
Yes. Love it.
All right. And last but not least, Usher, You Make Me Wanna.
Oh, that's easy. That made me think of the little dance where he kicked the sneakers off in the end because I always did it back
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I always did that. Whenever, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I would just be just like standing there. Hey, look what I can do. It
Yeah.
was one of those. That is always that little dance where I kick the sneakers off.
Yeah, that was
Right.
good.
Yeah, I was like I can move at that time. So I used to kill that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 All
I
right.
like I like this though. I never I don't think I've ever seen this part of the show to be. But this was fun though. It's always
Yeah.
a good time talking music with y'all. I always tell you guys, and I'm gonna tell you this every fucking time I come here. I don't care how tired of it you get of hearing it. I just really appreciate, you know, everyone's passion for R&B, you know, and y'all really make an effort to you know shed light, keep light on the genre,
Oh, yeah.
pushing. You know what I mean? That
Oh,
shit is
yeah.
dope, man. That shit is dope. Cause you know, hip hop comes from. We say this every time. I'm gonna say this every fucking time too. Hip hop comes from R&B, a great portion of it, and you know we gotta keep that respect on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Next.
You
Yeah.
know.
Big facts.
Mhm.
But yeah, shout out to the Joe section of my CD
Yeah,
collection.
show it off. Show it off. Yeah.
You
Big
better.
shout out to the Joe section of my CD collection. You know what I'm saying?
It's
But
not a game over there.
it's not, it really ain't. But yeah, this was fun. I'm glad I got to spend a little extra time with my peoples, with my siblings.
Oh, yes,
I
for
could talk
sure.
a little longer. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Mm.
It's always a good
Awesome.
time talking. I always look forward to it. I always today was not one of those days. Today I had a great day. But sometimes you're like, sometimes you just want to, shit don't always go. The day don't always go how you want it to go. Sometimes you want to slap somebody, But I always look forward to kicking it with y'all. It's always good energy. It's always positive. It's always cheery. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all energy, man, and y'all time always.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yes. And we also appreciate you. And know who else we appreciate? Our viewers, our
Yeah.
cousins out there in the
Yes.
world.
Yes.
We're all about family. We love collecting cousins. So come on over. Make
Go
sure
listen to
to
this album.
yes, definitely do that. Like go back and visit it. Well, if you never visited before, hey, it's
Shout out
Visit
to-
it again.
And I'm coming back soon. We're gonna find another banger and
yeah,
come
Of
back soon.
course. Of course.
Whenever y'all want me back,
yes,
we'll come talk about another one.
yeah. So make sure to like, subscribe, share, and yeah, we will catch y'all on the next Catch That.
Peace.